I do like how the trailer said from the director of Braveheart. Like,
we just want to remind you of the stuff that you like.
yeah. When did people really like Mel Gibson?
What is going to give us the best chance of having people go, well, okay.
Yeah.
I'll
As if no one's thinking Mel Gibson. Most likely, the worst you'll get is, who directed Braveheart again? Mel Gibson. That's right, Mel Gibson directed Braveheart.
Hey, that's how you start the conversation back.
Hi guys, I'm Greg.
And I'm John.
Greg is happy today because a filmmaker, actor who I love and adore, and I have been saying needs and deserves his comeback for a very, very long time now.
You have been saying
It's been a few years of me defending why he should still be out there.
Momentous occasion.
And
for
I'm
you.
so glad to hear this trailer is getting a lot of attention. A lot of attention. Mel Gibson's Hacksaw Ridge, starring Spider-Man. Tom Holland. Yeah, Mel Gibson directs this movie. I know that Teresa Palmer's in it, Vince Vaughn's in it, Sam Worthington. I was on Yahoo, one of my go-to websites, and there's several articles talking about how this could be like, this was probably like an Oscar contender kind of film.
Mel.
And I think that's really cool because, you know, I feel like if we have a hard time accepting Mel in front of the camera, I feel like a great way to like start really accepting him.
Introducing him back into society.
Because this is cool because he's got his movie coming out, Bloodfather, at the end of this month, and then he has this coming out in November, and hopefully like he gets a chance to really showcase this year. Like I can still do both very well. I heard it's a World War II movie about a guy who saved a bunch of people without even killing anyone.
Damn.
What the hell is your delay, Captain?
We're waiting, sir.
Waiting for what?
Private DOS.
Who the hell is Private DOS?
I always dreamed about being a doctor, but didn't get much school. I can't stay here while all them go fight for me.
But you figure this war is just going to fit in with your ideas?
While everybody else is taking life, I'm gonna be saving it. And that's gonna be my way to serve.
I know
This
you
is
go
a
weird in
personal
this.
gift from the United States government designed to bring death to the enemy.
Well, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I can't touch a gun.
She don't kill.
No, sir.
You know, quite a bit of killing does occur in war.
Private DOS does not believe in violence. Do not look to him to save you on the battlefield.
Oh man.
I don't think this is a question of religion. I think this is cowardice.
Ouch.
Because you weren't like anyone else. You're saying you could go to prison.
I don't know how I'm gonna live with myself if I don't stay true to what I believe. With the world so set on tearing itself apart, don't seem like such a bad thing to me to want to put a little bit of it back together.
Private DOS, you are free to run into the hellfire of battle without a single weapon to protect yourself.
Damn. Who's that?
Who directed Braveheart?
I'm gonna get you home. There's something you gotta see.
Who did this?
That's the card.
We have to go back up tomorrow. And they're not gonna go up there without you.
A lot of people flipping.
You'll have to trust me.
You better come home to me.
Please, Lord, help me get one more. Help me get one more.
Interesting.
I'm gonna cry. That movie's gonna make me cry.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like, there's a 95% chance I'm gonna like tear up during that film. I gotta tell you, like, as a fan of the Gip, bring out the Gip.
Bring out the Gip.
Bring out the Gip. As a fan of Mel Gibson, like, when I heard he was doing a World War II film, my first impression was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Will Smith, Mel Gibson.
Will Smith and Mel Gibson back together.
Mel Gibson, you know, is known, you know, if like after even with Braveheart and then Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto, I thought this was going to be like, this is going to be the real World War II film. Like, this super violent. It's all going to be in German.
Well, it looks like it will be intense. Like, it looks like it will feature some of the carnage of war.
What I do really like about this is that it's about this specific character. Like, he's telling a journey, a story. With Andrew Garfield portraying the character and Mel Gibson directing this, they're telling the story together of this one specific hero who really stood by his morals, his values, his beliefs, and still managed to save a lot of people. And, like, I like that story of a guy who's a lot considered to be a coward, and then being, you know, like, obviously people are going to probably give him, like, a medal at the end or something. I don't know if he dies or not. I don't know the real story. It doesn't seem like it's about the stuff that I was originally expecting. Like,
well, yeah,
I want to see a violent World War II film from Mel Gibson.
It has more of a faithy, you know, streak in it than I was.
This looks like what the Christian film should be more like.
Well, yeah, because it looks like a faith-based. I'm curious because I feel like Mel Gibson has proven himself an intent enough filmmaker that, you know, this will be a compelling drama that just happens to have some faith in it instead of being only kind of a preaching movie. He is the guy who can bring faith-based cinema to the masses in a way, and this is something that I feel like, even if you're not, you know, Christian or whatever, I think people right now especially can get on board with a story about trying to do something good. That thing he says about making the world a little bit better. This is a time of a lot of unrest, and there are at least military actions going on in the world, and so I think everyone might like to see the story of a guy who stuck to his non-killing values to make a difference.
It's a unique war hero story, you know? It's like a very unique war hero. Like a hero who didn't fire a single gun. Like, that's fucking crazy, man.
Like, it'd be nice to see, like, this kind of seems like it might be sort of an anti-violence or a peaceful story in a very violent setting, which could be real cool.
Yeah, I feel like, because Mel Gibson's not going to be shy on holding back on violence. At least I hope not. It definitely seems more about the themes and stuff. What I'm a little concerned about is, like what you said the word earlier, being a little preachy. I don't know if this will be a preachy kind of film. Chances are it's going to be like a 2.5 hour epic. Oftentimes, like, the directing, cinematography, the acting looks superb in this, but a script like this can get carried away too much in trying to get its message across. Because there's some cliche stuff in here for sure.
That's the only complaint I think about faith-based movies, other than the ideological difference. It's like you see a lot of faith-based movies and they kind of feel like movies second, whereas this feels like it could be very cinematic, and it could be a dramatic film that happens to feature these themes, you know?
Regardless, I feel like Andrew Garfield really did do a lot of work on this role. Man, I think Andrew Garfield's an amazing actor.
He is.
So the fact that he's leading this film, the other cast does look great too. Vince Vaughn, for the few moments we got him in, I'm like, I'm not finding this to be goofy. Like, actually, yeah, I like that. And Sam Worthington, he's an actor who I felt like had a career that was like looking like this for a while, and then suddenly it just like went like this. To me, he kind of reminds me of a young Mel Gibson. Because isn't he Australian?
I think
Sam
so.
Worthington?
Yeah.
He plays these American roles and stuff.
Well, and this seems like a role that might suit him, you know?
Hugo Weaving in it, like, not the first time I've seen Hugo Weaving in a movie in a while where my first thought isn't Agent Smith, but Hugo Weaving. This is different than what I expected it to be. I thought Mel Gibson was going to go down with the path of what we've seen from his last couple of films that he's directed. But seeing this, I'm like, it kind of harkens back more to like a Braveheart kind of story, or even when he directed The Man with Two Faces. Man with Two Faces. The Man with No Face.
200% the opposite direction.
Those films are about heart, and you know, even like, despite what, like, I don't consider myself a Catholic, but I know the Jesus story pretty well. When I watch Passion of the Christ, it's a grim film, it's violent, but it's also beautiful in a lot of ways. Passion of the Christ is a story about a hero who was living by his beliefs and his guidelines and chose not to go against them regardless of what suffering he had to endure. So Andrew Garfield is playing Jesus Christ in this movie as well.
And he's taking a non-violent approach to a violent situation and trying to better the world. He's doing something courageous and selfless in a way.
I mean, this could be a conventional heroic tale with its moments of cheese, but I don't feel that will ultimately outweigh this film. I feel like this film will most likely have some of those moments.
Yeah, it's like,
but I don't feel it's gonna like completely demolish the awesome experience this film could potentially obtain.
Yeah, I feel like this film probably will have a good amount of gripping drama to it. And some of those war scenes, you know, it does seem like they're going to confront the brutality of war.
And there's some stylistic shots in there, and like even with the opening image with that guy like flipping through the air on fire, it's pretty violent.
I think they're gonna draw that contrast, and there will be some harsh war set pieces that make the cost seem more real. I can see it becoming a little bit ham-fisted from time to time.
I love the movie Apocalypto. The thing about it though is I do get the complaint that it does focus a lot on like trying to recreate like more of Mel Gibson's fascination with history than the actual story sometimes. And I feel like this is more about the story. But Mel Gibson is someone who I know to be very fascinated with history. So I would like to see, I'd like to see some of that too, like maybe in another trailer where it's like, oh, we're going to get a different touch of World War II.
Yeah.
From Mel Gibson exploring even more details that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, well, and I saw in some of the writing credits, like I think they've written some historical dramas for TV and things like that. Yeah, I don't know, I'm glad to see some history back in the Megaplex, hopefully.
Camera's gonna cut.
Yeah.
Greg, subscribe to Real Rejects. John is Jerry. Facebook.com/Bloomhouse. Mel Gibson, I love you.